inside? Well, first place I like to start is this. Do you want a big, greasy, wet mess in your backyard, or do you want something that's easy to clean up? When you're cleaning your grill, if you go at the inside of it immediately with a degreaser, you melt all of this grease and grime on the inside, and then you have to wash it out. And if you wash it onto your deck, it's going to stain it. If you wash it into your backyard, maybe it's something that the dog really, really wants to roll in. So what you're going to want to do is burn that stuff off, brush it down before you get to any of those washing stages. So what we generally recommend is burn your grill off. On any Broil King grill, you'll see this area that's kind of the top for power that we call the power zone. If you crank your temperature all the way up to there, and then let it burn, it burns off any of that grime and it burns it up to ash. And ash is way easier to clean up. So when we clean our grills extensively, we burn them off. We burn all of that grime to ash on the inside, and then we start brushing it down. Start on the inside of the lid. On the inside of the lid, that's where you're going to see a little bit of caked on, and I'm lacking the word here, but it's basically just caked on ash. It becomes creosote. There we go. It becomes this creosote surface that builds up in the inside of the lid. Also happens on the back of the cook box. It's smoke that has stuck to the lid and then built up in layers to the point where it dries out and starts peeling in sheets. So we'll commonly get asked, the inside of my lid's peeling. Is the paint peeling off? No, there's no paint on the inside of your barbecue lid. So the stuff that's peeling off is creosote. You should scrape it down, brush it down, and get it off first. So on the inside of the grill, start at the top. Clean the inside of the lid, clean the inside of the hood, and work your way down. You can brush or scrape, and we'll go through some of those products next. And then when you get to the cooking grids, brush them, but brush them on both sides. So let's start with some gloves. We'll need some heavy gloves here. Great way to keep your hands clean. And if you just burned off your grill, your cooking grids could be a little bit worn, so they're a nice touch to have. Clean both sides. So you can see on this cooking grid, it's been brushed on the top, but it hasn't been brushed on the bottom. So brush both sides and make sure you brush it all into the grill. All of this grime should fall right into your grill. And as you dig your way down into it, brush the cooking grids, set them off to the side. Take the flavor wave, brush it down, both sides, set them off to the side, and then start working away at the inside of your grill, brushing it, knocking all that down into the grill, and getting it into the bottom. You can take out the plates that are in the bottom. So we've got heat plates directly below the burner. They give you more vaporization in the bottom, so you do get food on them. But you want to brush this, set it off to the side, and then make sure you can knock as much grime as possible right down into the tray below. On a Broil King grill, you can pull that grease tray out through the side, and you can basically dump out most of the ash. What I do at home often is after I've dumped out that ash, anything that's left, I just vacuum it up with a shop vac. Make sure it's cold. You don't want hot ash in a vacuum. But make sure you vacuum out all that cold ash after you brush it down and dispose of it. You have a fairly clean grill there. You can start getting into some of the fine detail stuff afterwards. If you still want to wash it with degreaser, you can. Something you can do at this point. That's kind of the strategy on how to clean your way down through the grill. Start at the top, work your way to the bottom, and then just throw that ash away rather than washing it out in a big greasy mess. But what kind of products are we going to use to do that? So let's head back over to the counter. When we talk about cleaning the inside of your grill, the number one product we always talk about is brushes. And there's a lot of different variety out there now. Over the last couple of years at Broil King, we've been introducing a lot of great brushing products, new products, innovative products. So we've done things like nylon bristles on a brush, now Palmyra bristles on a brush. These are a natural wood fiber that breaks off and burns up in your grill. These are alternatives to stainless bristles. We've got what's called a steam brush. You get an ice block that you can scrape your grill with, much like a grill scraper. And that ice block, as it's melting and as it's scraping, it rinses away anything on your cooking grates. Neat, innovative idea. This works really well with pellet grills. More Palmyra fiber grill brushes in that standard grill brush style. Neat new item for us would be the spring brush. So instead of having your standard bristle, they're coiled springs. They rub the cooking grates and they peel off anything. But if they ever break down, they're a lot thicker, so they usually just get pulled out. And if they break off, they're completely noticeable. This is a big thing. This isn't a small piece of steel that you won't notice on your cooking grates. Grill scrapers are super popular. Scrape them along the top of your cooking grates, it peels everything off but the patina, so you end up with a nice, smooth surface on the cooking grate itself. But otherwise, there is the standard stainless steel grill brush. Now, when you're using one of these, what I want you to keep in mind is watch it. They have to be replaced in intervals. So we want you to check it at 3 months, we want you to check it at 6 months, and at 9 months, you want to start considering replacing this thing. If it looks bad at 3 months, replace it. If it looks bad at 6 months, replace it. The idea with a stainless grill brush is if those bristles don't look great, do you really want to take the chance cleaning your grill with it? Replace it. They're not that expensive. It's kind of like a toothbrush. You need to replace it on a regular basis. So when your grill bristles look like this and they're all beat up, maybe it's time to get into a new one. Something nice, something clean. Our heavy-duty grill brush has actually got heavy-duty bristles in it too. So they last longer. They take more of a beating, but even these break down. So always keep an eye on your brush. If you're using that 99-cent grill brush, I would say throw it away and buy something better because it's safer for your family. Cleaning your grill should be one of the most important things that you're doing on it. So think about grill brush safety. It's definitely the safety and the quality of the food that you're cooking. You're keeping your guests safe. You're making sure your food tastes great. So think about grill brushes. That's what cleans your cooking grates, and that's what can kind of scrub down the inside of your cook box. But you'll notice with most of these, they're big. Any of those tight corners that you have to get into, they're way too big to do it. A grill scraper is a pretty easy way to get into the corner, but the head on this brush just makes it too big to get between burners. So that's when you see kits like this come out. A Venturi brush is an old tool for cleaning out Venturis on H-style, bar-style burners. It still works on tube-style burners, and if you're in an area where you have lots of spiders, keep an eye on that. If a spider builds a nest inside one of your burners and you've got that burner turned on full but there's no gas going into it, there's a blockage in the way. Cleaning the Venturi out is a great way to make sure that that burner goes back to performing the way that it should. Also make sure that none of that gas is building up behind your control panel instead of going into the burner itself. So that's a nice part of it. That's the smaller side of this kit though. This detailing brush, this is the biggest part of it. A detailing brush basically allows you to get into all of those little crevices on the grill that you couldn't normally get into with a big grill brush. This is how you scrape the sides of your burners. This is actually how you check the ports on your burners to make sure they're wide open, because you can actually poke the hole out again with the port cleaning tool here. So if you get any deposits that build up over the port, you can actually just poke it out and make sure that it's nice and clean. Small scraper for cleaning inside the cook box, small bristles for brushing down areas that are just too small for a standard brush. Good kit to have, especially for deep cleaning. Now, my favorite accessory that we've come out with in the last year is the pellet grill cleaning kit. Originally intended to clean up pellet grills because they get really greasy on the inside, but on any grill, this is probably one of the best kits that you can use. When you're scraping the inside of that lid, scraping the inside of the cook box, scraping down anything that's a flat surface, these two scraping tools are indispensable. It's just a great way to peel off any of that grime that gets really caked on in there. And then as you get down into the grill, being able to sweep any of that away or sweep it lower into the grill to remove it, that's kind of handy. So for a gas grill, although the box says pellet grill cleaning kit, this is a nice tool to have. Nice scoop to scoop all that up afterwards. Definitely a great tool to have in your arsenal. So cleaning the inside of your grill, just as important as cleaning the outside of your grill. Some way in the comments today, we're going to post links to 2 videos that we have that go through what I'm talking about in detail, showing you everything that you need to do with a little bit more imagery, right? So, cleaning your grill. Don't want to make sure I'm missing anything here. As always, if you have questions, post them in the comments below. Ask away. We are making more and more videos, and we're making a lot of videos around the questions that you ask. So, like I said, I'm Ben Street, Culinary Director here at Broil King. This is Searing Saturday, and thanks for watching.